Hi again, I'm Chaya. Welcome to day number 2 of week 1 of this 10-week core health series. Today we're going to be building on the fundamentals we did on week 1 and adding some extras to increase our core health and strength. You will need a mat for later on, but we're going to start standing up again. So put the mat aside, let's get to it. Always starting with a focus on posture. We've got a nice stance about shoulder distance apart, soft knee with a little bit of a bend. We're going to tilt that pelvis under, lengthen up through the upper body, roll the shoulders back and down. And even though we're focusing in the core in this series, we want to remember that the spine is part of that back and spinal health. So we're going to come up to the neck today to start. Just loosening up. We're going to start with the chin down to the chest. Have a nice deep breath into the back of the neck. Breathe out, lift the chin up. Breathe in, chin down. Breathe out, chin up. In, chin down. Back to neutral. Come up, side to side. Ear to shoulder, second side. Back and forth. Couple more times. And then coming up to neutral, we're going to turn side to side, looking over each shoulder. 2 more. And then come back to center. Bringing it into the arms, just going to bring the arms back and forth a few times, crossing through the front, opening in the back, alternating that top crossed arm. Good, one more. Good, release the arms down, give them a shake. Into the midsection, we want to loosen up through the middle of the body, especially into a little spinal rotation. So we're just going to turn side to side. Let the arms just flow. Gravity takes them each way. We're going to remember to come all the way up to the neck. So we're going to look behind us. Feeling more rotation through the middle of the body. Each go round. 2 more. Good, bring it back to center. We're into that pelvis again. So just a few tilts here. We're tilting in and under, forward, and then back to neutral. Tilting in and back. Really focusing on that mobility through the lowest part of the spine. As we tilt the pelvis forward, we increase the flexibility into that lower part of the tailbone. 1 more. Good, keep it neutral, keep that posture long up top, focus on opening through the chest, keep the shoulders back and down. We're gonna come into the legs, opening up through the hips again. So I'm narrowing the stance just a little bit. I'm gonna start coming through the body and out to the side. Breathing. One more. And then into the other direction. So we're gonna come out and around and in for 3 more. Balance, focus. And then foot down, let's go into the other side. So starting across the body and open. And 1 more. Good, other direction, out to the side and across. Nice gentle movement. 1 more. Good, okay, and then we're gonna come back to those wonderful squats. So I think if you do a squats every day, you're better for it. They are the most beneficial overall lower body exercise. I'm gonna take that nice stance about shoulder distance or a little bit wider apart, put all the weight into the heels, lift the toes up for a second, and here we go, we're sitting back, keeping the upper body vertical, push into those heels, come up, thrust the hips forward, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes, breathing in on the way down, and out on the way up. Really finding your form here. Remember, you don't have to go very low. You can start with a shallow squat, engaging all of those muscles, thighs, glutes, calves, core stability. We're gonna speed them up for a few. Here we go. Keep the weight in the heels. Keep pressing forward at the top. Upper body as vertical as possible. for 4 more. And then we're gonna slow it down for a few more. Nice and slow, really feeling that form. Press into the heels, come up, squeeze at the top. Keep the breathing consistent. Two more. Good, keep it up on this one. Keeping that wide stance, even a little bit wider if you like, into more mobility through the middle of the body, warming everything up for when we get down to the mat. Arms out to the side, nice and straight, nice long spine up top. We're gonna cross over, reaching opposite hand down to opposite foot. Come up at the top, other side. Using those lower back muscles to bring you back up. Nice long posture at the top. 4 more. Good, keep it up on that last one. We're gonna narrow the stance right up. Nice narrow stance, about hip distance, straight down into those hips. And then we're gonna lift the hands up over top, interlace the fingers, lead the pointers up, and then reaching up for the sky. Squeeze the head with the biceps if you can. Reaching up in one long line. Nice big breath. And then we're gonna push the hips out to the side. Stretch through the side of the body. Use the bottom hand to pull through the top hand, increasing the stretch. And then release back up. Reach up at center, lengthen through the spine, and then hip out to the other side. Again, using that bottom arm, pull through the top arm. Breathe here. Back up to center, one more time, nice long line. Reach, reach, reach. And then release the arms down. Widen that stance up one more time. One more standing exercise. We're just gonna fold forward. Hands out to the side, come forward right over the legs. All the way down, and then let the hands come down. And just let the lower back release through the stretch. Reaching for the ground. Pressing the knees back. Take a nice deep breath in. Breathe out. Bring the hands up front. Good. Standing portion complete. Grab your mat. I'll meet you back here. Okay, we've got our mats out. Let's start again with the bridge. So we're gonna come down on the mat onto your back. Find a space where the feet are about a foot away from the glutes and about a foot apart. Finding a nice long straight spine on top. We're gonna start by pushing into the heels and then peeling up through the spine. Tailbone tilts up and then up vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to the shoulders, and squeeze the glutes and the thighs at the top. Roll back down in the opposite direction. Release the pelvis at the end. Breathing out. Squeeze and in. We're gonna speed it up a little bit. Breathing out and in. Still focused on form. Keep the belly button pulled in towards the spine. Nice strong core. We're gonna add some stabilization. So come all the way up to the top position. Hold here, weight in the heels, and then we're gonna lift one leg up and down. Other leg up and down. Again, first leg up and down. One more. up and down, and then roll it down. Release the tailbone at the end. And then 4 more regular. Up and down. Up and down. And release down on the last one. Starting this time with our modified dead bug. So tilting that pelvis under and up and flattening the back against the mat. Contract the abdominals and then lift the legs up to tabletop position. Knees directly over top of the hips. Arms up to the sky. Keep the shoulder blades down on the mat. Opposite hand, opposite leg down and pull it back up. We're touching the heel and the hand and really squeezing as we bring in. That's the hard part. When the abs are working is when we're squeezing back to neutral. Breathing out on the way down, in on the way up. Keep the back flat on the mat. Keep the belly button pulled in towards the spine. Abdominals remain strong throughout. Four more. And then come back to the top position. Push the back into the mat. Contract the abdominals. We're going to hold here. Make sure the knees are directly over top of the hips. And keep holding. Working those abdominals isometrically. Staying in this position. Breathe through it. Keep holding, keep pressing the back down, keep the abs contracted. 10 more seconds. And release everything back down to the mat. Have a breath. We've got one more exercise on our backs. This time we're going to go into the full dead bug. So keep the back flat, keep that pelvis tilted forward, abs are contracted. This time we're going to bring the legs straight up, arms straight up, same as the last modified, opposite hand, opposite leg down, squeeze it back in. If you're feeling any pressure in the lower back, don't let the leg go as far, just come down as much as you can. Keeping the back flat on the mat. Find the breathing. We're in on the way down, out on the way up. Don't lose the focus in that lower back. Keep it pressed into the mat. We're almost there. Another 8. And 4. 2. Last one more rep. All right, bring it up. Bring everything back down. Let's flip it around. We're going back to our bellies. Starting on the belly, we're going to have the elbows right under the shoulders. And we're going to pull forward using the elbows to pull away from the hips and stretching through the abdominals and more importantly, extending through the spine. The more times we can correct our forward positioning by extending the spine backwards, the better spinal health. Breathe here, lift the head up to the sky, keep the shoulders down, keep the neck long. We're looking forward, keeping a neutral alignment. A couple more big breaths. Keep the hands and the arms here. palms down on the mat. I'm gonna turn the toes under and we're gonna come up into a low plank, keeping the glutes in line with the body. Don't come up too far or sag down. Keep it nice and straight. We're gonna stay here just for 20 seconds. Breathing through it, keeping the belly button pulled in, keeping everything strong. Pressing into the elbows and the forearms, right into the hands, so distributing the weight. 10 more seconds. Two more breaths. Good, release down to the mat, belly down to the mat, hands out in front, going back into the back of the body, working on those spinal erectors, lower back muscles, nose down to the mat, and we're lifting opposite hand, opposite leg up. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Second side, lift it up. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down, have a breath. Get ready, we're gonna go everything up, holding the feet up and the hands up, using that mid-lower back to support us here. Keep holding. We're gonna keep it going for another 4, 3, higher, 2, and 1. Release down, another breath. This time we're gonna keep the feet down, take the hands right out to the side and lift up. Bringing just the upper body, keep the feet down, using that lower back again, holding here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Hands on the mat, knees on the mat, coming up to all fours, making sure that the hands are right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, belly buttons pulled into the spine, and into that bird dog. Opposite hand, opposite leg up. We're flexing the foot, pressing through the heel, letting the hip come down to that foot, making sure we're not rotating in the hips so the hip stays square to the ground, and release. Second side. So that rotation of the hip's important. I don't want you to drop down or come up. Keep it nice and square. Foot is flexed, pressing through the heel, hip going down towards that foot. Reach with the hand, and down. Back to the first side. Here we go. All the way up. Hold for 4, reach for 3, stretch for 2, and 1. One more side. All the way up. Reach for 1, stretch for 2, more for 3, and 1. Release down. We're gonna add. Go back to the first side, stretching all the way out, and we're gonna go knee to elbow for 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Second side. Reach out to start, and then in for 3, 2, and 1. All the way out, back down. One more each side. Here we go. Lift it up, bring it together for 3, 2, belly buttons pulled in, and 1. Finishing on the stretch. One more side, all the way out, and for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way up. Good, back in. Okay, I'm gonna take it into the shell stretch. Arms long in front. Bring the sit bones down to the feet. Head down to the mat. Breathe here. Use the palms of the hands, press into the mat, extend right down into the lowest part of the spine, curving the tailbone in towards the feet as you push through the hands. Big breaths. And releasing from the shell stretch, come back up to all fours. Let's finish with a nice cat stretch. I love the cat stretch for good spinal back health. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Round through, tilt the tailbone and the head down. Reach up through the middle of the back, spread the shoulder blades apart, and release. Nice fluid movement all the way through. Tailbone up, head up, pull the belly button down to the mat. One more each side, all the way up. Curving down through the tailbone, really rounding into the bottom part. Reaching through the middle of the back. Head and shoulders down. And release. Come through one more time. All the way to the starting position. Pull the belly button down. Reach up with the head. Reach up with the tailbone. Nice extension of the spine. Oh, and then back to neutral. We are done. Day 2 of week 1. So tune in next week. We'll have 2 more core-focused fitness classes on Tuesday and Friday. Have a great weekend. Keep healthy, keep fit.